Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday the 10th of June, heading home at 20 to 6. I suppose it's so bad really. And yeah, this week has been interesting. It's been a bit of a devil, to be honest. Okay, let's go pigeon out then. Poor pigeon. Yeah, it's been a bit of a funny old week. Last weekend was, Saturday was okay, I think it was a bit overcast and a bit so-so. Sunday was lovely weather. Sunday and Monday, in fact Monday was boiling, scorching hot. Unfortunately, as you can see, it is now not so nice, but it's still pretty warm, to be honest, so can't argue with that, really. And yeah, so last weekend, yeah, just got some stuff done in the garden. Good news on the strimmer front. The replacement pull cord did turn up, and was a perfect match, fortunately. So I just took the old one back off that was non-functioning because I hadn't put the spring on right, but couldn't be bothered. Figuring it out to actually put it on right. I looked at some videos on YouTube about rewiring, you know, rewinding the springs so they work properly. And it looked a lot of hard work, to be honest, so far easy, just get one off eBay. And yeah, it worked, fitted on fine, and in fact it only took 4 goes and the strimmer was off running again, so that's been good. And then yeah, work wise, had a couple of calamities really. First thing was, you may recall, during the period between Christmas and New Year, I sold an unusual amount of the AeroPresses with an extra pack of filter papers. So you get the AeroPress on its own, it has 350 filter papers in, and there's also this pack to do with an additional 350 filter papers, so you get 700 in total. And I've got it listed on Amazon, but I'd never sold any up to Christmas because there was someone who was selling them at a ridiculous price that I couldn't match. So I got a price I matched, I was happy with, I could get the postage done, and you know, still make a little bit of margin after Amazon take their ridiculous fees off. But of course, never sold any because just you know, someone else was lower, but it ran out between Christmas and New Year of stock. And in Amazon terms, you set in the number of units you have or whatever, and then when you sell all those units and your listing just gets taken off, wiped off, you lose it. So until you then put stock back in again. And of course, it doesn't tell you that you run out of stock. It doesn't send you an email, your items, no more stock. They don't do that, no. You just run out and you don't tell you. What you realise is you're not selling something all of a sudden. And especially if your stock's never matching the physical stock you have. So you might have tons of it, but you'd only put an X amount in, not the real amount. And so you've got loads, but you're not selling any. Anyway, so this guy who was cheaper than me must have run out between Christmas and New Year, and I sold loads as I came back. Well, I was in between Christmas and New Year trying to clear the backlog of them. And Friday night he must have run out of stock again, because all of a sudden Friday night I started selling loads of things. Sold about 40 odd packs over the weekend. But to add to that complicated, well, it's not a complicated problem, it's good that we're selling them, but of course I got the work of packing things. Also had an issue on Friday tea time. I was doing tech support, in fact Friday evening at home over email, for a coffee roaster, because a customer was cooling down his roaster and the drum motor tripped out its internal fuse in the roaster control box. So it was away all weekend, so Monday morning when I got in first thing, I was having to go through some things that you can do. Sometimes there's a tolerance you can set for the fuses on those motors, and sometimes they're set a little bit too tight. You can let them, you know, have a bit more leeway on how much load it takes before it'll trip. So I've got them to adjust that and check that the drum was aligned correctly, because that can be another issue. He did all that, and it was still just tripping out straight away. So unfortunately the conclusion was it needed the drum motor replacing. Hence I then had to jump in the car and drive over to Liverpool with a motor so I could bolt the motor onto my customer's roaster after removing his old one. So yeah, rapid dash over to Liverpool, and a bit of a struggle because Topa kindly bolt the motors to the roasters and then paint the roaster. So the paint on the bolts and nuts that hold the motor in place, they paint them well on so that they're well fastened on, and undoing them is not easy. Not going to vibrate off, but not great if you're going to try and undo the things yourself, especially when it's boiling hot on the Monday and you're in someone's like industrial workshop which has a metal roof, which is just like a big radiator when it's hot for the sun. So cooking, sweating and covered in greasy oil, but got it done. Here's it looks like the actual capacitor starter for the motor is the thing that died rather than the exact motor, but I replaced the whole motor to be thorough and to make sure there's no issues, because you know, people who roast coffee, it's their livelihood. If they can't roast coffee, they're not making any money, so they need it sorting quickly, which, you know, it got sorted quickly, so he was happy in the end. So I had that going on Monday. I say it was super hot. I had a reasonable journey, more variable speed limits, and obviously roadworks on the M62 towards Manchester, so more of these cameras, average speed check cameras. Funnily enough, I've still not had any points in the post from my London journeys, so I think we can safely assume I did okay with that. Not that I'm advocating that you can get away with the swapping lanes randomly trick for the variable speed, well, the measured speed in roadworks, or average speed check cameras, should I say, in the roadworks. Although I did that just for amusement more than anything else, but yeah, I mean, I was a little bit over the 50. But you've got a 10% tolerance generally anyway, so but anyway, they yeah, I don't seem to have picked anything up unless it's going to be very, very delayed before they send it to me. So what else has been going on? Oh yes, another thing, continuing on the Minecraft theme. The youngest is still well into either Minecraft of all things. One channel that he's kind of got into, and it seems to be a massive channel, and I think I mentioned him before, which is Dan the Diamond Minecart. Yeah, it's quite amazing the channel is built up, and the sort of the following. Ridiculous. I think there's millions of subscribers, millions. But it does actually, it's made quite a nice niche of it, because some of the videos that the youngest has been watching, I think, which are more of his recent stuff, as opposed to just sort of showcasing Minecraft mods of all things, as him playing them, he's created like little mini stories out of them. He has his additional characters, so his character is a quite distinctive, and then he has like one of the villagers in a white coat who he calls Dr. Trisaurus, and then also this wolf that's actually been skinned to just have a skeleton body rather than have the wolf body, which he calls Grim, which is rather appropriate because it's a skeletal dog, following him around. And the youngest is not quite worked out yet, or figured that they'll put various mods on that sort of come up with this sort of lab and things, because he's created his own buildings and whatever else in his Minecraft world, and there's some mods that have that building in. Recreated that, and the youngest is desperate to go running around with Dan from the Dynamite Car. I've not actually managed to find a way of getting Dan into it for him to run around with, but get in there. So recreated it, but the youngest is kind of like keeps going up to Dr. Trisaurus, and what he obviously does, Dan does in his videos, is yeah, he edits in the villagers' sort of noise that they make when they're speaking or whatever, but then he does an annotation underneath, so he's answering back. So he does this sort of two-way conversation with this villager who doesn't really talk back to him, but it makes it seem like it. And the youngest thinks that Dr. Tresaurus does talk back to Dan. So obviously when it is in these mods I put on, is expecting him to talk back to him, and then he says, well, he's not working. Why isn't he talking back to me? So yeah, I'm struggling to kind of explain that to a 6-year-old that you know, it's filled in video editing afterwards, that sort of stuff. But there you are. So yeah, I've been enjoying that and putting even more mods on Minecraft. Cracky, it's a complicated thing. I'm getting there slowly. I'm figuring out how it all happens and what you need to do. It's very complicated because they keep updating the Minecraft to different versions, and mods become specific to particular versions, so you have to load multiple different versions to get a particular mod to work. You know, go back, get an older one, because the mod was only made for that older one, not the latest version or whatever else. So that makes life a little bit complicated, but other than that, I'm kind of getting there. And so he's been playing various games. I managed to find a mod that has all the various YouTuber stars. You can like create them in it and do that. So he's been going through sporting all these random YouTubers. So there's Pat and Jen from I forget what it's called now, Popular Mus or something like that. And then there's other ones he's been watching as well. So what's it? Stumpy Longnose or something. There's a lot of people who play Minecraft don't upload the videos of it, unsurprisingly anyway. So I'll be getting on with all that. And of course last Friday night I did actually manage to reach rank 50 on Star Wars Battlefront. Yes, got there. So immediately donned my Shadow Trooper, black Shadow Trooper outfit that I've coveted, been looking forward to ages. Put a game on. Didn't go with my usual one because I've got a challenge on to complete. I think it was Drop Zone. I had to complete a number of Drop Zone matches. There's lots of daily challenges and whatever else that come up, and you get lots of bonus points. I'm trying to do all these. There's 3 general challenges which rotate. Once you do them, you get another one, whatever else. And then there's one daily challenge which changes every day, and then you get points when you complete those. So gone into the Drop Zone instead of my usual one, and would you believe it, straight off from getting this lovely black Shadow Trooper outfit, the map that loaded on this Drop Zone game was a snow map. Black Shadow Trooper, white snow map. Yep, spot me coming. So I get killed a lot anyway. I'm a black Shadow Trooper in a white map. I'm getting, oh, go lad. My God. No helmet. Short death. Yeah. I was quite a target in that one. I think you can, of course, change your outfit prior to starting a game if you wish to go in and do that. So you can make it match the map, as it were. That was a queue of Audis outside next door. Oh no, it's a BMW now he's got. Yeah, an Audi and a BMW. So yeah, that wasn't marvellous. But other than that, I have been greatly enjoying my Shadow Trooper. Of course, it's kind of like everyone, especially if you're doing the download content. So the new version, Outer Rim. Pretty much everyone now, because they're at that level, is running as the Shadow Trooper. So, but other than that, yeah, it's good, especially the maps where there is sort of dark and corners, whatever else. I've been fun. I can sort of hide a bit better and take pot shots at people that way. So that's been going well. Been happy with that. Of course, I can't update my Rebel character until I get higher up in rank. There's a few 50 ones, but they're not anyone I really like at the moment. I've got the Rhodian, obviously. I'm perhaps going to wait. There's a level 61 for the Rebels. There's only 50, the Shadow Trooper at the moment for Imperials, but for Rebels there's a 60 level one, which is a character called Wee Quay. And it's a funny looking, it's one of these alien ones, but if you imagine Philip Glenister, so he did Life on Mars, and I think he does the adverts for the energy, switch your energy suppliers or whatever else, Philip Glenister. But if you imagine him, very tanned, but with dreadlocks. This is kind of like what Wee Quay looks like. I'll try and perhaps put an image into this video if I'm bothered later on tonight, or perhaps not, because I want to go and play my game instead. But, yeah, I'll try and go for him, because it seems like quite a few people are him, and he's kind of good. He talks in this alien sort of language, but it seems to talk, the one that talks a lot while running around in the map. I don't know if you can actually create the talking that goes on by some. You do the emotes, obviously, but I don't know about the talking. There do seem to be some that are very vocal while you're playing the game. I don't know if the game just randomly spouts stuff out about whatever. You can't tell what he's on about. Anyway, you get the odd bit about Imperial, but all the rest of it's just kind of garbage. So they are. So I'm going to carry on. I think I'm on 52 now. So, while to get up to 60, but yeah, I was just happy I hit 50 now. I've got the Shadow Trooper and can get on enjoying that one. Except on snow maps, not so. Not so. I've got a text to say that Varnish has arrived here, but I'm here as well. Oh well. Right. So I'm going to get off anyway. So have a good weekend. A week next week. Apparently this weather is going to be what we're going to have for a while now. So all that hot weather we had the last couple of weeks is out the window, but it'll be nice actually to cool down a bit, to be honest. So, yeah, have a good weekend, week next week, and I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog.